If you've ever spent hours researching homeschool curriculum, hoping to find the one perfect fit, let me tell you, we don't just use one, we use 13. I know what you're thinking. Isn't that overwhelming? How do you keep up? Wouldn't it just be easier to just stick to one? But there's a reason we take an eclectic approach, and I want to break it all down for you today. I'll share why we mix and match, how it actually makes our homeschooling easier, and help you decide if an eclectic approach is the right one for your family. And if you're shopping for curriculum right now, make sure you stick around because I'll give you my honest take on each of the 13 curriculums that we use. Hey y'all, my name is Wendy and I am a homeschooling mom of 5, soon to be 6 little ones. And I've been doing this for over 10 years, over 11 years. And what I've found is that homeschooling isn't about finding the perfect curriculum. It's about finding what works for this child in this season with this capacity. I've got kids who are visual, hands-on, independent, distractible, creative, and everything in between. One curriculum couldn't possibly meet all of their needs. And honestly, that's the beauty of homeschooling. We don't have to make one thing work for everyone. We get to build something that fits. Here's what I've learned after more than a decade of doing this. Some subjects really do shine when taught in a specific way. Some kids need to go slower, some need to go deeper. And as a mom of soon to be 6, I needed tools that give me margin and my kids mastery. All right, so here's the breakdown. And if you want more details, let me know in the description and maybe I'll do a specific deep dive on that specific curriculum. But let me walk you through the highlights. For history, we use Biblioplan. Biblioplan has completely changed how we approach history in our homeschool. It's not just timelines of names and dates. It's a deep, meaningful journey through God's story as it unfolds across the nations. What makes it stand out for us is how it blends biblical history with world history. Instead of treating scripture like a separate subject, Biblioplan places the events of the Bible right alongside what was happening globally. So our kids can see that God has always been at work in every era, in every culture. We also love that it's literature rich. Each unit is paired with living books, beautiful, engaging stories that help history come alive. We've had some of our best family discussions sparked by those read-alouds, and the flexibility is a huge win, especially for our big family. I can teach multiple levels at once, adjusting reading lists and assignments for each child. It also ties in so well with our faith, so we're not just learning about what happened, but why it matters in light of God's sovereignty. So for science, we use Apologia. Apologia has been a longtime favorite in our homeschool because it does what so few science programs manage to do well. It teaches rich scientific concepts while pointing our kids back to the Creator. The biblical worldview is woven throughout every subject from biology to astronomy, which means my kids aren't just learning about the world, they're learning to see God's hands in it. We especially love the self-paced online options. It frees me up to focus on the other kiddos while still giving science-loving children something structured and high quality. And the experiments, I can't even start. They're so much fun, yet doable at home, and they actually reinforce what they're learning. It really brings science to life without stress. So whether it's a child who thrives independently or one who needs more depth and connection to God's design, Apologia has been such a gift in our home. Now for math, we use a couple of different maths depending on the child. So Christian Light Education, we are currently using for our 1st and 2nd graders. And CLE is kind of like my go-to for building solid foundations early on. It's structured biblically and it gives my younger kids just the right mix of review and new concepts. And I love that the lessons are consistent and predictable. My kids know what to expect, which helps them work more independently over time. And the spiral mastery approach means that they're constantly reviewing what they've learned, so it really sticks. It's not flashy, but it's strong. And in these early years, that's exactly what we need in our homeschool, especially when it comes to math. Teaching textbooks is what my current fifth grader is using. And this has been such a gift for my tech-loving fifth grader and for me. Teaching textbooks is fully online and self-paced. So it's one of the first subjects that she could do independently. It explains the concepts clearly with audio and visual support and gives automatic grading, praise the Lord, and helps build confidence. When you're juggling multiple kids, having a program like that, one that doesn't require me to reteach every lesson, is a lifesaver. The next one we use is Matthew C with my eighth grader. Now my eighth grader needs time to really understand a concept before moving on. And Matthew C is perfect for that. It's mastery based, not spiral. So we can pause and like camp out on a topic until it clicks. They use manipulatives and the step-by-step video lessons make these abstract concepts feel more concrete for him. Language arts. Now, this is a big one too. For language arts, we do Christian light education, language arts with our little ones and our fifth grader. We've been using CLE for years now, over 10 years, and it's one of those steady, faithful curriculums I keep coming back to. It's structured, it's biblical, and it's incredibly clear. It's perfect for independent learners who thrive on routine. Each light unit is broken into bite-sized daily lessons, so my kids know exactly what's expected without feeling overwhelmed. It covers grammar, writing, spelling, and even penmanship in a way that's thorough but not flashy, which I actually appreciate. It's not gimmicky. It just works. And for my first, second, and fifth grader, it's building strong foundation without me needing to reinvent the wheel every day. The other thing that we have used and use as extra practice is Explode the Code. And that's extra just phonics reinforcement. It's just one of those things that we've always done and we just continue to do for independent work. I would say that if there's one thing that could go, it's probably the Explode the Code, but they enjoy it. They actually enjoy it and find fulfillment in completing books and moving on to the next levels. The next thing is all about learning press, reading and spelling. We've actually used this in the past and are bringing it back next year because it just works. All about reading and all about spelling are hands-on, gentle, and incredibly effective, especially for my kids who need a multi-sensory approach. The lessons are short, engaging, and easy to follow, which makes it feel doable even on our busiest homeschool days. It's a solid program that really builds confidence step by step. IEW. IEW has really become our backbone for writing and grammar in the upper grades. It's structured, clear, and best of all, it teaches my kids how to write, not just what to write. We use several of their resources as a part of like a full system for language arts. So sorry, that's my dryer. I don't know if you can hear it. We use Fix It Grammar, which teaches editing and grammar in a story-based format. It's short, effective, and super easy to fit into our routine. Structure and Style walks them through how to build writing from the ground up, and it's perfect for reluctant writers who need a step-by-step path, and Mr. Poudoir makes it so fun for them. Elegant Essays has been great for teaching essay structure and polishing their writing, and Phonetic Zoo has helped with spelling through audio lessons and reinforcement. It sounds like a lot, but once you get into the rhythm, it flows really well, and I've seen some real fruit. My kids are becoming more confident writers and better communicators, and that matters more to me than just checking off an assignment. Redefining School, guys, for literature and writing. This has been such a refreshing find for us. Redefining School is a Christ-centered literature and writing program that really encourages deeper thinking without feeling overly academic or dry. My eighth grader is using it right now, and it sparks some of the best conversations we've had about books and themes and biblical worldview. Miss Mindy does a great job at teaching the kiddos. It's sparked creativity and it's meaningful, and she does it in a way that helps kids engage without feeling overwhelmed. She has really sparked the love of writing in my 8th grader, and next year I can't wait to start it with my 6th grader. Now, some electives that we do is not consume devotionals for character and discipleship. These devotionals have been such a blessing in our homeschool. We use them during our morning time or after breakfast, and they help center our hearts on what matters most, walking with the Lord. So not consume studies are written for kids, but they don't water it down. You know, they're biblically sound and relatable, and they open the door for some really good conversations. We've gone through a ton of them, but some of our favorites are My Brother's Keeper for sibling relationships, and Obey when we needed to focus on respect and listening, and both brought so much fruit into our home. It's not just Bible time, it's character training with purpose and grace. And in a busy homeschool day, it really anchors us in truth. Type C for practical typing practice. Typing is one of those skills that often gets overlooked, but it's so essential, especially for our older kids as they start writing longer papers and doing research and even just keeping up with digital assignments. So we use Type C because it's straightforward, interactive, and doesn't waste time. The lessons are bite-sized and easy to schedule, which makes it perfect for independent work. I also love that it tracks their progress and adapts as they grow, so it doesn't feel repetitive or like busy work. And honestly, I want my kids to type faster than they text, and Type C is helping us get there. World Watch News, a biblical perspective on current events. World Watch News has become a daily habit in our homeschool, and I love that it's adding to our conversations. It's a 10-minute news program made for students that covers real world events, but from a solid Christian worldview. Instead of avoiding the news or feeling like I have to filter everything myself, I know my kids are getting age-appropriate, thoughtful coverage that points them back to truth. It helped us talk about like hard topics, cultural issues, and even how we respond as believers living in a broken world. We usually watch it together over breakfast or right after doing our morning devotional, and it sets the tone for the day and reminds us that whatever the news, the purpose of the Lord will stand. We're doing YouTube for teens with Film School for teens, and this is a hidden gem for creative teens. Film School for Teens offers high quality video lessons on everything from filming techniques, storytelling, editing and production, all the things. And one of their programs is YouTube for Teens, and it's practical, engaging, and makes learning all the things about YouTube so much fun and accessible. And what I love about it is that you get to choose whether you want a more secular approach or whether you want one with a more biblical worldview, which is what we ended up going with. And my daughter is currently loving it, though I'm planning on doing a whole video about it coming up here soon. So do you need 13 curriculums? No. No. But should you feel boxed into using one program because you're afraid to change things up? Also, no. I want you to give yourself permission to experiment, to combine structure with freedom, to meet your kids where they are. That's not failing. That's faithful stewardship. Let me know in the comments. Are you using multiple curriculums? Am I insane? What have you decided to add next year or drop this year? I'm very curious. If this helped you breathe a little deeper about curriculum choices, go ahead and like this video and subscribe, and check out this next video right here.